COVID-19 pandemic has now forced people to pay attention. Unfortunately, there is a lot of muddling of the water. On the one hand, there are people that are talking about COVID-19, that's coronavirus, and talking about the 5G Internet of Things vaccine, and people are saying that this is it, this is the antichrist, the end is here. There have now been some reaction to this, and people are now swinging on to the other side where people have saying, we've seen this all before. There have been pandemic in the past, churches have been shut down, people have been asked to stay at home. It's not a big deal, and this is going to pass. We have these two extremes. One extreme of saying this is it, this is the antichrist, and the other extreme saying this is not a big deal, it has happened before. I have reflected in previous teaching on this group that said this is 5G, this is the antichrist, this is vaccine, this is coronavirus, antichrist is here. I've reflected on that. But equally important is to reflect on the group that I'm beginning to hear their voice that are saying that this is not a big deal, it has happened before. The truth is that what is happening now is a big deal, but it's not a big deal in the sense on which the conspiratory theorists have made it. It is a big deal. What's happening now is actually a shadow, is a wake-up call for the church. How much more warning will God have to give the world, and how much more warning will God have to give the church? It is time for us to understand the sign of the time. We need to rightly interpret what is going on now. The truth is this: there have been popular ministers that have talked about the end time, saying that the end time is a distraction. Some ministers have even gone as far as saying that end time teaching is of the devil. I think now we are facing the fact that those type of teaching are not right. What coronavirus has done for each one of us is to face the reality of the fact. Let me put it this way. You see, when people read what the Bible said about the end time, people mock, because some of the things, in fact, many of the things that the Bible said about the end time were so far-fetched. For example, let's go back. Anyway, Israel has to become a nation. That was so far-fetched. No nation have been away from their homeland for a couple of centuries of years and still was able to return, but Israel became a nation. But most importantly, some of the things that the Bible said about the Antichrist was difficult to imagine that will happen even a few years ago. You remember the Bible says there are going to be two evangelists that are going to do the work during the Great Tribulation. And the Bible says that when they die, that their body will be left on the street and people all over the world will see their body at the same time. Now, that could not happen until the advent of internet. Now, the Bible says that the Antichrist is going to be able to give people marks and is able to be able to control trade. Now, that could not happen until now. What we are seeing now, and this is the point I think people are missing. This is the shadow. This is the warning. This is the wake-up call that every technology that the Antichrist needs to do his evil, wicked work is actually here. 5G, the fact that people can now be given digital identity in their body, whether it's be by vaccination or by minor operation, that is not the point. The point is that we now have the technology, what seems to be impossible a couple of years ago, that we now have the technology, and there's some technology that people don't even know about. I mean, some of this technology people are talking about, they are not just coming out now. Even this 5G has been around. The military people have been using 5Gs for years. The digital identity has been used for years. Okay, I mean, if you have a phone, if you have a bank card in your pocket, you have a digital identity. The only thing is that 5G is now going to make it possible for that digital identity not to be in an hardware that you are holding, that your digital identity will not be something that you are holding or carrying in your pocket, that your digital identity will now be in your body. And that is the capability that the 5G makes available. What I'm reflecting on is the fact that we are missing the point. We are really missing the point. What is happening now is a big deal. This has not happened before. Okay, yes, pandemic has happened before. Yes, church has been shut down before. Yes, mosques have been shut down before. But what this pandemic has brought to everybody's attention, and this is the point that people are missing, that what this pandemic has brought to your attention is that there are now technology that are available for the Antichrist to use and fulfill what the Bible says he will fulfill. And that people is a warning. That is a wake-up call for the church to say, listen, your king is coming. Be ready. The Bible talks about the 10 virgins, 5 foolish, 5 wise. Am I one of the wise one, or am I one of the foolish one? How many more warning will God have to give us? Maybe this is the last one, maybe not. I don't know. But the thing that is coming clearly is that God is giving us a clear warning to be ready. As a church, the time is short. These technology by themselves are not evil, but these are technology that the antichrist will use to fulfill his wicked and evil plan. And the warning for the church is wake up, be ready for your Lord. And it's a warning for the world. A warning for the world that is being given unto man once to die and after that judgment. And that we as church should arise to the work that God has given us to occupy till He comes, to seek and wait upon the Lord, that even as we see the evil one speed up his plan to reveal the man of sin, that we must wait upon the Lord our God, know the God that we serve, and in these evil days do exploit. Praise the Lord.